Marvel Studios just had probably their biggest leak of all time this morning. Some concept art revealed some crazy stuff coming down the line in movies like Avengers Doomsday. Now, I obviously can't post the photos here because that's going to result in a copyright strike, and I don't need Kevin Feige's sniper aimed at me. But let's go ahead and talk about it because these images were absolutely insane. Now, if you do want to see them for yourself, you can just go over to the internet or even just Twitter and find them, but let's go ahead and talk about them. The first image I want to talk about is RDJ's Doctor Doom in the white cloak. Now, this means that they're probably going to take a lot of inspiration from Hickman's 2015 run of Secret Wars, where Doctor Doom essentially creates Battleworld and he is God Emperor Doom. And he's got on a really cool white cloak, everything looks medieval, he's sitting on a throne. I thought the mask design for Doctor Doom looked pretty much perfect. He had green glowing eyes, which I'm sure probably comes from him being a magic user. And it looked perfect. Like, honestly, I can't wait to get the Hot Toy figure of that, the Marvel Legends figure, Lego version of it, everything. So that was the first image that made everyone go crazy online. Now, there was another image of Doctor Doom also sitting on a throne, but this one kind of looked like a courtroom. We had Doctor Doom sitting in his chair alongside a Doctor Strange variant, which is like the sheriff of Battleworld. And you could tell in the concept art it was definitely Benedict Cumberbatch being that Doctor Strange variant, and it makes sense. That's literally what happened in the Secret Wars comic. I saw some people saying that it looked like Yelena Belova was basically bringing in a prisoner to confront Doctor Doom, and I'm sure he was going to give like a guilty or not guilty verdict or something. Some people were even saying that the person on trial looked like it was Reed Richards, which honestly that would make sense because in the Secret Wars comic, Doctor Doom basically takes Reed's family, so maybe Reed is, there and Doctor Doom's going to say he's guilty and send him away or something. And the whole aesthetic of all of these leaks looks very medieval, very Dark Ages, and I absolutely love it. There was really no technology in sight, it just looked super aesthetically pleasing, not pleasing, and it kind of reminded me of something like Game of Thrones. And speaking of Game of Thrones, that series is really famous for having all of these different regions within the universe, which is exactly what I think we're going to get in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Because in these leaked concept art images, we actually saw Hulk, She-Hulk, and his son Scar all in this area with a giant wall up, and, it looked very medieval, a bunch of houses and stuff. But there was a whole bunch of other green people, meaning that they are other Hulks, maybe variants from across the multiverse, all living in one place, which is exactly what happens in Avengers Secret Wars. Basically, in the comic, there's all these different regions with different types of variants. You've got places like Greenland, which is a Hulk-based region. And I think we could be getting a World War Hulk movie set in Battleworld and in Greenland, and I think that would be incredible. Imagine you get like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, maybe you have a variant that looks like Edward Norton's Hulk, you bring in She-Hulk, Scar, Abomination. Maybe you even bring back Red Hulk, which we just saw in Captain America Brave New World. I think that would make a lot of sense. And just imagine if this region was ruled by Maestro Hulk, which is a very, very smart, evil version of the Hulk from the future. And there's been a lot of rumors that Doctor Doom is going to be recruiting a bunch of villains from across the multiverse to work for him. And my theory right now is that maybe Maestro Hulk is leading Greenland. He is ruling over them, he's a tyrant, and maybe Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, She-Hulk, Scar, Red Hulk, and some others form a resistance and try to overthrow Maestro. And how cool would it be to see General Ross be a general once again, but for an army of Hulks? I think that would just be such a cool thing to see on screen, and then also to see Thunderbolt Ross work alongside Bruce Banner. That would be awesome. So we talked about the Hulk region, but guess what, guys? In Secret Wars, there's a place called Spider Island filled with a whole bunch of Spider-Man variants, and guess what movie is coming out after Avengers Doomsday? Well, none other than Spider-Man 4. And there have been a lot of rumors that maybe Null is going to be the villain, that maybe other variants are going to pop up. There's been rumors of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield returning. There's also been a lot of rumors that this movie is going to take place on Battleworld, and with the movie being released after Avengers Doomsday, that definitely makes sense. Because if Doctor Doom destroys the multiverse and forms Battleworld and then Spider-Man 4 is just not on Battleworld or it's set before Doomsday, that would just be really dumb and messy. So I think this movie is going to take place on Battleworld and probably feature a whole bunch of Spider-Man variants. This would be a great way to bring back Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. Maybe we get live-action versions of Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man 2099. We could potentially see something like this in Spider-Man 4. This is from a comic called Spider Society. It came out, I think, maybe almost like a year ago by now. But just imagine Spider-Man 4, maybe Null is the ruler of Spider Island and he's working for Doom. Like I was saying, Maestro could run Greenland, which is the Hulk region, and then maybe you have Null or maybe another Spider-Man villain running Spider Island. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, this is absolutely crazy. If Doctor Doom forms all of these different regions and puts different variants on them, just like in the Secret Wars comic from 2015, I think that would just be so cool. And then all of the projects between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars could be Battleworld projects, and we could really flesh out Battleworld. Because I really don't want to just see it in the Avengers movies and then that's it. Like, this place is huge, you know, we've got to explore it, really flesh it out. And I think a World War Hulk movie on Battleworld would be so cool to see, and then maybe Hulk and a bunch of Hulk variants and Red Hulk and everything form a resistance, try to overthrow Maestro. Then Spider-Man 4 becomes this giant multiversal Spider-Man movie where all of the Spider variants on Spider Island try to overthrow the Spider-Man villain that's ruling over their region. So maybe we get a whole bunch of movies of these different regions overthrowing the people working for Doctor Doom, and then once all of Doctor Doom's villains are defeated, then all of the heroes can go after Doctor Doom. I think that would be so cool. Maybe Doctor Doom has like 4 or 5, maybe 6 different villains running these different regions of Battleworld, and then once they're all defeated, then all of the heroes can go after Doctor Doom. I think that would be so cool. So yeah, that's my thoughts on all of the leaked concept art relating to Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, and some Battleworld projects. There was some other images from other projects like the Vision Quest series, the Fantastic Four movie, and so on, but I really wanted to focus on Avengers Doomsday because I feel like the images for that movie specifically are just absolutely insane and definitely needed to be talked about. I definitely think there's going to be villains running different regions, and we're going to get Battleworld projects in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and I think that's going to be awesome. And like I said earlier, I love that medieval aesthetic. It just looks so cool. You know, we might see Latveria have Castle Doom in it and everything, and Doctor Doom with the white cloak. It's going to be so badass. But let me know what you guys thought about the leaked concept art down below in the comments, and are you excited for Avengers Doomsday?